Hello everyone, welcome to Red vs. Red. I am the Saffron Man, this is Sporadicles, and you are watching For or Against. If you're watching on Rumble, make sure you hit that follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to meet you. Get your voices and opinions down in the comments below. It'll be great. We're literally going to be doing 3 statements. I am going to be for this week, and Sporadicles is going to be against. Let's get on with our first statement. Rashford will come. Have I got that wrong?
I'm for.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
I think I'm for. Yeah.
We literally just talked about. Okay, it's fine. I got confused. So Sporadicles is going to be for this week. I'm going to be against. So the first statement this time is going to be Rashford will come good this season. Sporadicles, kick us off with the 4. How is Rashford going to come good this season for us?
Yeah, I mean, I think that really just this boils down to he's kind of been out of confidence a little bit after last season, and I think that all it's going to take is a catalyst, a quick catalyst. All he's going to need is a goal or two, and it's these upcoming games or games like this upcoming game against Liverpool that can really serve as that catalyst. If he has a good performance in this Liverpool game, maybe bags himself a goal, then that's all it's really going to take for him to be like, okay, this is it. I can do this. I can score the goals. I can, cause problems for the defenders. And I think that it's going to be a resurgent season for him. I think he's got all of the qualities that we need and that we look for in a winger. He's obviously shown that he can do it in the, not last season, but the season before. Great season for him. It took a little bit for him to get up to speed, but I mean, once he came back from the World Cup, it was lights out for Marcus Rashford. And so I definitely would tip him to do that again. I think the reintroduction of Luke Shaw, whenever he's finally fit and ready to go, I think that's going to make a big difference. And so I think that they've got a really good chemistry, those two. And so I'm very much looking forward to seeing that relationship once again provide its dividends. And so, yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to have a 20 goal season this season, I think.
All right, so yeah, remember, this isn't our actual thoughts or opinions. We're trying to offer you both sides of the argument, right? So I'm mostly against this week, so I'm about to explain why I think Marcus Rashford, for the sake of devil's advocate, isn't going to have a come good season this season. And I'm going to start with his mentality. It's just his body language is all it's telling. It's like he doesn't want to be on the pitch. He doesn't want to be taking on people. He hasn't beaten a defender in a couple of games. He hasn't had a shot in a couple of games. His 40-yard crosses aren't pulling off anymore, like switch plays, diagonals that aren't really coming off. He's not tracking back. I don't think he's tracked back in 2 years. It's not happening in multiple assets for Marcus Rashford. And to your point with Luke Shaw is just a big enough question mark as Marcus Rashford is. I mean, is Luke Shaw ever going to be consistently fit again? I mean, I don't know. I mean, he played 3 or 2.5 games for England. He's not really coming back anytime soon, maybe a month or so away. Who says he won't get injured? So I don't think we can put Marcus Rashford's form on the basis of Luke Shaw coming back anytime soon. So, yeah, even though I agree with you that he performs better with someone like Luke Shaw or a consistent left back, but Marcus needs to put in the hard yards himself. He's not tracking back. He's not beating his man. He's not taking shots. He's not crossing the ball. His attitude kind of stinks on the pitch. I would literally, at this moment in time, have someone else who's actually going to give some effort. Jadon Sancho got sent away like last season before, to go to Germany or something. You might have to do something like that to Marcus Rashford. Even though we've just had pre-season, he's just come away again. Like, if he needs to go to the Bahamas or something for a couple of weeks and just, do you know what? Turn off social media, turn off my phone, just go and swim in the ocean with some family members or something. I don't know, go and get married in Vegas, or just something that's going to take his mind off the football pitch. because his natural talent is just well above most people's in the league, let alone in our squad. We're just not seeing it. So, I can't see... If his body language is different, if I saw him taking on his man, but we're not seeing anything. I'm not seeing any sign whatsoever, other than pre-season, where he looked good, his energy looked right. But since the Premier League started, I just haven't seen that same energy. And his mental strength just doesn't seem to be it for me, man. So, I don't think Marcus Rashford is going to come good this season. So that's kind of my argument on that. Any kind of rebut? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Of course, we all want him to have a good season.
Obviously. I mean, as United fans and, knowing who he is as a person and what he has done for not only the fan base, but, like during COVID, and, some of the things that he's been able to accomplish off the pitch. I want everything for the guy. He's such a good human. But again, I think that the catalyst is going to have to be external. And so, given that, it's like if you can't kick yourself into gear, then it makes it difficult to say that, this is going to happen. So, I mean, I don't know. I want him to, but it's just so tough to say. And the thing is, I can't fully envision that. And like, this is how it's going to go down. I think I'm going to have to give this one to you.
Well, I think I was going to take it anyway, but thank you very much for that. So let us know what you guys think down below. And please, voice your thoughts, voice your opinions. Let us know if you think it's going to work out for him or not. Or let us know if you think there's a solution to Marcus Rashford's problems. Maybe you're a little bit more in the know than we are. Hit us up with some info. That would be great. All right, for or against number 2, we have Bruno subbed was the right call. Okay, so we all saw Bruno Fernandes get subbed off against Brighton. He had a little snigger as he came off. We then ended up losing the game 2-1. So, Spadicles, let us know why that Bruno coming off was a good call, and good luck.
Sure. I think that given that Zirkzee was on the pitch, he likes to drop very deep. He almost drops into a false 9 position naturally. And we've seen what can happen to our offense whenever he does, come onto the pitch and step into that role. We've seen defenders getting pulled out of position. We've seen really good link-up play. So I think that he can be another natural catalyst for our team to kind of have on offense and being able to engage the wingers in the ways that the wingers want to be engaged with their striker. Where the striker is almost more of a facilitator and almost a last resort for taking on the shot. And so I think that by having him come off, and have I believe McTominay came on around that time and kind of stepped in. I think that McTominay's had quite a few good spots last season where he would come in as a substitute and kind of play almost a similar role of that false 9, just trying to pull people out of position and try and get them behind. And I think that it can be done and has been done to very good effect. So I think that if there are any questions about like we've got Liverpool coming up next week, I don't want to risk Bruno Fernandes getting injured trying to perform some heroics in the dying minutes of the game. Might as well bring somebody on that is a little bit more expendable. And since our offense can kind of operate, without Bruno at times, depending on how we're playing stylistically, I think, I want to save him for the Liverpool game. I don't want to take any chances.
All right, that's valiant effort. But look, Bruno being subbed was definitely not the right call. He is our leader, our captain. He's just signed a brand new contract. He is the highest earner on the pitch. We know what he can do in the final moments of the game, let alone, it's just... we're taking off our general with like 25 minutes to go or so. Like, what is the point? I don't see the positive coming out of it. He might not have been playing our best game, but he's one of our best players that does put in the effort, that can change the game in a split second, and he could have done that killer pass for Garnacho, a killer shot from like 30 yards out. Or so. He is our game changer. He's our general. And you could see just by his face, laughing as he come off. Now, yes, he's professional, he sprinted right off, and that's all fine, but you expect that from him. I can't even imagine many Manchester United fans agreeing with that decision. I mean, I'd rather have taken Onana off than Bruno Fernandes. I mean, but it's just, it didn't make any sense. Nothing really happened as a result of it. It probably cost us the game, even though it looked like our left back was taken off because they had 3 people at the back post free for that cross. But, yeah, I don't think that was the best of calls. Again, it was one of those decisions which makes you scratch your head with Erik ten Hag. And even though we support the club, we support the players, we support the manager, but I can't support that decision. It didn't feel right, it didn't look right, and we ended up losing the game. So I can't even though we've got Liverpool next week, I can't find any bone in my body to praise that decision. So that's kind of where I'm at on that one. I think your insight to looking forward to the Liverpool game is accurate, but I would say to you, when was the last time Bruno got injured? And even when he did get injured, like he broke his hand and he still ended up playing against Liverpool and we won 4-3.
I think he was out for 1 week, 1 match day in the Premier League.
That was just to put the cast on, wasn't it? That was just to put the cast on. That's all. That was it. Yeah. That's it.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't think that that the 4 on this one is particularly
fair.
Enticing in terms of
it's not fair either.
You know, like, yeah, we can argue this point really well. I mean, you know, I week in, week out, almost like every single video that I'm in, I'm heaping praise on this guy because he just does so much for the team. And so, you know, whenever we did take him off, we really didn't look like we had a whole lot of, you know, options going forward. It was just kind of disjointed, you know, because he just brings out the best out of, you know, everybody as we're going forward. To your point, barking out orders and everything. So it's so hard to try and say that, yeah, that was a good call. So, I mean, this one's definitely got to go your way.
Yeah, just one. I mean, Bruno Fernandes is the first name on the team sheet, and unless he's got a broken leg, he should be the last one off the pitch. That's just the way it is. He's our captain. So, am I in for a clean sweep today? Let's find out. The first clean sweep of the season.
All right, bring your best here.
Okay, number 3. Ugarte starts against Liverpool. So, obviously, the transfer market ends in a few days' time. You know, are we going to get Ugarte? If we do, he should obviously start, right? So, let us know what you think, Sporadicles. For the 4 side of things, tell us why you think Ugarte will start against Liverpool.
Yeah, I mean, you know, PSG hasn't been playing him, so he's probably going to be fresh. I'm sure that he's still involved in all of their trainings, and, you know, I think that he's going to be a huge improvement for our squad throughout the season, just period. I think that Casemiro's lost a step or two. You know, on their second goal, Casemiro, I believe, was supposed to be kind of that back post person. And, you know, once the ball looked like it was going out, he just started trying to get into the midfield and left that wide open. Like, where is everybody that's supposed to be on the back post watching for those balls in over the top? And that was a Casemiro job. And he just... You never. It's not just a game by game. It's a play by play. Which Casemiro are you going to get? His tackling is looking a bit sloppier. I think his best and brightest moments in recent times have been on offense, being able to play balls over the top. But then, you also have those moments where he took a shot yesterday outside of the box, and it just looked so tame, so weak. Didn't really get any power into it. He's had multiple headed opportunities off of set pieces. Half the time he's offside for him. Every single time it's going over the bar. He's not really been a huge threat in terms of goal scoring. It's really just the plays that he's been offering, and getting other people engaged. And so I think having someone like Ugarte coming in and, being able to make those tackles, make those challenges, I think he's an instantaneous upgrade, regardless of whether or not, he's aware of the system that we're going to be playing. So, you get, if we were to get him tomorrow, heck, even if we got him on Wednesday, get a couple of training sessions in, get him kind of acclimated to the team, let him get to know everybody, kind of see what the style of play is going to be like. And I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to be a completely different team once the back line actually has a little bit more protection that we are just not getting right now. He's going to be big on coming up with interceptions, and I think that his ability to tackle is something that Casemiro has kind of lost over the last couple of years as he's what, 33 now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's getting a little bit older, and he's just kind of lost that step. So Ugarte naturally has to come in. This is going to be a big match. If we lose a second game, if we lose 2 out of 3 games at the start of the season, that's not going to bode well for us, I don't think. I think that, in many ways, this is a must-win game. And so if you're going to have a must-win game, you have to put on a must-play player. And I think he's going to be that type of player for us. He's going to be Mainu's long-term partner, I think, as we try and develop some of our youth players. I think that he'll be someone that they can learn from. And so you got to start off strong, and you got to start off with Ugarte against Liverpool this weekend.
All right, nice. Okay, this is the clean sweep coming. So, apart from Mazraoui, how many of our signings have started a match so far? None. De Ligt's been on the bench. Xerxes been on the bench. It might be a bit crazy to start De Ligt and Xerxes, Mazraoui, and Ugarte all against Liverpool. I mean, I would love to see that. As a Man United fan, I want to see our signings play. But from the evidence of the history that we've had so far, that's not what Ten Hag does. Now, Mazraoui is there because we've had to, because we don't have a left back. So the Lowe's had to go to left back. Mazraoui is on the right back. So we've had to play Mazraoui. But Maguire's been getting options. And we've been playing 2 midfielders in a rotating false 9 rather than play Xerxes. So I don't see the evidence that Ten Hag will play him. I want him to be there, but I think he's going to go with Casemiro again. At least 45 minutes. Ugarte might come on with like half an hour to go or something. I would love for him to start. I just don't see it happening. If Casemiro was to be sold, we buy Ugarte, Casemiro goes the other way or something, then yeah, I think Ugarte would start, but I just don't see Casemiro getting sold. Saudi wanted him for like 100 million like 2 months ago, but that's gone quiet since. It's like, oh, we were all giddy, like, oh my god, 100 million, mate, we'd take a tenner. But it hasn't really happened, and I can't see Erik ten Hag or the rest of the coaching staff going, all right, Manuel, go in against Liverpool, a high, intense, high-octane match, and go and give us your all. Now, that's what we as fans want. I just don't think they're going to do that with the main signing, because he is our main signing. That's the one that we've been after for a while. He is a 23-year-old Uruguayan destroyer, and like you say, will be Kobbie Mainoo's long-time partner. But I don't think it's going to be the partnership that we're going to see straight off the bat. So, as much as I want it, I can't see it happening. We've got no evidence of it happening. We've still got no guarantee that he would even come yet. Like, we've been after him for weeks and weeks. So if he comes, I reckon he will be on the bench, just like De Ligt, just like Xerxes, And it's not what I want to see. I want to see him on the pitch, but again, there's no evidence to say that he will start. So that's kind of where I'm at, man. And I don't know.
I mean, you talk about Mazraoui coming on out of necessity. I would say that we need Manuel Ugarte to start out of necessity.
But when I say necessity, I mean there's no one else that can go in that position. We have midfielders.
I'm very aware of that.
But we have.
Believe me, I know what you mean.
But we have midfielders to take space.
This is gonna be a high octane match. Do you really think that Casemiro is ready for a high octane match?
I don't think he's ready for a training match. But the point is, like, he's going to be there.
How can you say that out of necessity that's not a move to make? I mean, that's 100%.
Because we have other options.
You need the destroyer. Sure, we have other options, but how many mistakes just in the last 2 games, the first 2 games of the season, has Casemiro made? And in preseason, leading up to it, I mean, he just does not have it anymore. He doesn't. And so if you want to talk about necessity, we have to have a better quality player. And if Ten Hag really wants to save his Manchester United career, he's going to have to make tough decisions. And this is going to be a tough decision that he's going to have to make out of necessity. Bring the man in and let him cook.
Ideally, I want to see Mazraoui, De Ligt, Xerxes, and Ugarte all start. I just can't see that happening, man. I mean, I would love to go there and just take on Liverpool and full-on attack with a brand new kind of squad and our players. I don't know. I think Ten Hag is kind of keeping something in reserve. Although I hope someone like Rude will just come and say, no, this is Liverpool. Let's attack. Let's use the players. We spent all this money. Let's use them. De Ligt has been bled in a little bit now. Xerxes has been bled in a little bit now. He's had disappointment against Brighton. He's had elation against Fulham. Let's put him up against the test of Liverpool. And same thing for Ugarte. I mean, Ugarte could have a possible man of the match performance against Liverpool. And it should happen. Again, just don't have the evidence of doing that. It depends when we buy them as well. If it's like early hours of the morning on Friday, sort of thing, like very last minute of deadline day, and it might not be available for him on Saturday. Like it might be a paperwork thing that stops him from playing. But if we get him in good time, then maybe he'll be available. I'm not sure, but I think there's more things going against him starting than him potentially getting the start at the weekend. But yeah, as much as I want it to happen. So, I don't know. I think a clean sweep would probably be unfair on this one. But how about we leave this one white sporadically and we get someone in the comments section to let us know what they think. How about that? I think that's fair. That stops you losing 3-0, and that stops my smug face on winning 3-0. I think that's fair. I think it's too early in the season to get a clean sweep. So, all right, let us know what you guys think down in the comments below. Again, do you think Ugarte is going to start against Liverpool this Saturday? Of course, that means him coming in the first place. But yeah, let us know what you guys think, and we'll keep that as 2-0 to yours truly for this week. Quick sign-off sporadically. Final thoughts for this week that's happened, and final thoughts for Liverpool coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm kind of with Ten Hag. I saw some good things against Brighton yesterday. And then I saw some things that I really didn't like. So it's still early days. We are still trying to incorporate people. I know everybody wants to get up in a tizzy about, oh, well, you lost one match. How dare you? We've already seen the for or against from last weekend that you had saying that we were going to go unbeaten until Christmas. That is done and dusted. I really do think that the guys are going to come out and put on a show for us against Liverpool. I think they have to. I think they're going to be up for the game. I think that Bruno Fernandes is going to have to kick Marcus Rashford's ass in the gear. Excuse the language, but he's going to have to do it because we're going to need him, and he's going to have to put in a shift for this Liverpool game. So. Fingers crossed that we can get Ugarte to start. We will see. We will see on Sunday, I believe it is, whether or not that does in fact come to fruition. I hope so. I'm really excited for the game, though. I think that, after losing to them in preseason, they're gonna want vengeance. And we've got Bruno Fernandes back. We have Diogo Dalot back. We have Kobbie Mainoo back. We've got our core that we were missing so badly in preseason, and so we're gonna come back and we're gonna put it to them, man. I'm ready. I think I'm really excited for the game. I think they're gonna be excited for it too.
Yeah, I again, just thanks for everyone for watching, and thanks again for Joan Bliss for hitting that follow button. Make sure you hit the subscribe and the follow, and again, get involved in the comments. I think that United as a club are going to have a little bit of anger against Liverpool from the disappointment against Brighton. I'm sure Bruno Fernandes is going to be pumped up. Garnacho's going to want a goal. Xerxes going to want to make amends. Mazraoui's going to want to prove himself. De Ligt should be starting and wanting to get a clean sheet, and I want to see a bit of anger from De Ligt. And he's a young general, right? He could potentially be our captain in the future, so let's see him show those traits. I hope Ugarte starts. I hope we get him in the club first and foremost, but I hope that he starts, but we'll see. It should be a great game. It should be end-to-end. And one thing that you can guarantee is that me and Sporadicles will be here again next week, directly after the match, breaking down our views and giving our reactions to the game. So, again, make sure you hit the follow button, hit subscribe, come and show your support. Again, when we get to 100 follows, we're going to start up a Discord so we can all hang out with you guys on a bit more of a daily basis. And we're all looking forward to that. Me and Sporadicles can't wait to get involved and start engaging in conversations with you all. We talk about Manchester United all the time. We just want to be talking about Manchester United with other Manchester United fans. So, long may that continue, and I hope everyone has a great week ahead. Try and remain positive, and who knows, it could be a crazy game next week, but we'll definitely be here for that as well. So thank you very much for me. I've been the Saffron Man. That's been Sporadicles, and I will get that right consistently. That's why it's like
you'll get it one of these days.
Any 50-50 is just, I'm always getting wrong. But thank you very much for watching. Keep showing your support, and we'll see you guys next week. Till then, peace.